Arrow Season 2 is my favorite season of Arrow. This season is no joke. Just when I thought seasons 1 and season 5 were awesome, it gets even better. So 1 year ago, Oliver Queen was rescued after being stranded on an island for 5 years. In the place of the playboy he was, Oliver returned as a man bent on righting the wrongs of his family and those who had corrupted his city, as a hooded vigilante. And after his failure to stop Malcolm Merlyn from destroying the Glades and the consequent death of his best friend Tommy Merlyn, Oliver abandons his hood out of guilt. But he is forced to return to save both his family's company and his family, as Starling City has fallen into a further ruin since the undertaking. And with allies John Diggle and Felicity Smoke, Oliver will fight to honor his best friend as the Arrow, all the while on the run from his former ally Laurel Lance. Which also, this results in a lot of stuff. We get to see Oliver being reunited with Sarah Lance. We focus on Slade Wilson, who gets injected with this serum, and his transition to the villain Deathstroke. And he discovers Oliver's involvement in Shadow's death and tries to kill him instead. But Oliver manages to get back to Slade after being left on the island. And war in the city starts to happen. So in the present day, Oliver, Felicity, and Diggle fight various criminals who are trying to take advantage of the chaos in the Glades after the undertaking. And his mom is put on trial for her involvement with Malcolm's undertaking. Roy Harper continues to look for the Arrow. Oliver becomes close friends with Sebastian Blood and being forced to co-run his company with Isabel Roshi. And Moore is acquitted of all charges and discovers that Malcolm is still alive, and he is discovered that he's the true father of Theo. So there's a lot of awesomeness going on in this. Like I said, this season is awesome. I love season 2. This is my favorite season. Now, the biggest positive I can give to season 2 is Deathstroke. He plays with Oliver mentally and physically. He is no joke. He really is awesome on here. I think he does an amazing job with what he has. There's a lot of stories happening here, and just the way this season played out was a welcoming surprise to me. We have some new characters here, lots of new characters. We have Michael J. White as Barnes Tiger. He was great. He was awesome. We have the Ravager. We have Brother Sebastian Blood, Amanda Waller. We have the Huntress, Dark Archer, and just a lot of new characters. We still have the same characters, and Emily Rickards goes from recurring role to main role on the show, and she is great. She's amazing here. She really does do a fantastic job. I really love her character. She is not annoying. She's a nerd. She's a nerdy, geeky character, and she's beautiful. So I don't see what the big problem is. Now, I will say that the relationship between they are trying to set up this relationship with Oliver and Felicity, but it doesn't really show in this season. Now, Laurel, who is played once again by the lovely Caity, she's great in this season, as she was in season 1. And I am going to keep enjoying Cassidy on the show because she's the Black Siren, and I liked her as the Black Siren in season 5. Her character goes through goes through hell in this season. She goes through hell. She's trying to stop Sebastian Blood, but she has a lot of stuff happening. She's dealing with drug problems, drinking problems. It just does not go well for Laurel this season. It really doesn't. And the scene with her and Caity Lotz, which I will get to, the scene where she tells her own sister to get out, all because of she didn't call to tell Laurel and her family that she was alive, and she throws a glass at the door, and she still blames Oliver for what happened, and she blames her sister, but then she goes to her sister and they forgive each other and they work it out. I have to say that I'm being completely honest that Laurel goes through some hell in this scene. I love that. She was great. She was magnificent. I thought she played to the best of her abilities, and all the acting in this movie is great. All the acting on the show is once again great, but I gotta talk about her. Caity Lotz. Caity Lotz as Sarah Lance, the Canary, is awesome. She is fantastic. I love seeing her come here. I love Caity Lotz on Legends of Tomorrow, but she's an awesome character. Not only Caity Lotz, she's great, but she's also beautiful. And she also does her own martial arts for this show, so that's pretty sweet. And I have to say that she really, really impresses me. She does a great job. I feel like her chemistry with Cassidy is great, and this episode has we have some great episodes. My favorite episodes are the ones with when Sarah Lance comes in. And I have to say, and the League of Assassins episode, the Suicide Squad episode was great. Fantastic. Oliver is conflicted in episode 11 after Laurel reaches out to the Arrow, and she asks to investigate Sebastian Blood, but Oliver is unsure where to believe her, but he decides to trust Laurel, and Sebastian exposes Laurel's drug addiction and Laurel's arrested. Laurel goes through hell in this season, I'm telling you. But all the other characters are great. Oliver is great. Sarah kicks ass. I do love the episode when she saves her sister. You go fight for your sister. And episode 14 I really do love. Laurel refuses to attend Sarah's welcome home party. Quentin and all the Laurel's family, they have dinner, and Laurel is mad, and she loses her temper on both of them. I'm like, okay, Laurel, chill out. I know what he did to you was wrong, but just chill out. But all the other episodes were great. I like the Birds of Prey episode. Deathstroke is not playing on this episode. The action is great on this season. The fight choreography, everything, the way the action is shot, you could see what's going on. It is very, very awesome. And just to see new characters is great. Season 2 really is, this is the most emotional and the most intense that the series gets, is season 2. And Stephen Amell and Cassidy have great chemistry, and Burrell does clean herself up by the end of this season, and her and Sarah works it out, and her and Oliver also works it out. But episode 21, we see Oliver and Sarah again together. And so yeah, I really enjoy season 2. This was great. And not to mention, Willa Holland is also great as Thea. I like the brother-sister relationship with those two. They were great. So, overall, season 2 of Arrow is great. Just as great as the first 2 seasons I started with, season 5 and season 1. And now I will be moving on to season 3, which is a lot of people divided on. Some people say it sucks, but I can't wait to tell you guys my thoughts on season 3, because I know I'm going to like that season. Because I'm going to be open-minded about seasons 3 and 4. Because this show is not that bad. And the seasons 3 and 4, they cannot be as bad as everyone says. They cannot. So, let me know what you guys think of season 2 of Arrow down below. I'm going to give this season, again, my JDRSA. This was great. It was awesome. And if you like this, you can come here and we can all have a good time.